Greetings, Sophisticated Intuition here with your May general messages. This is going to be for the sign of Sagittarius. Let's go ahead and get into it. Angels, archangels, ancestors, ascended masters, and the Holy Spirit. What message do you have for the sign of Sagittarius? Okay. And that one just wants to come out for everybody too. Neptune makes sense because I don't want to get too far ahead, but 12th house is also here. You know, wanting to get away. That's so funny because I just got all the Scorpios and their message was definitely about travel, right? But I feel like I think this is different for you, Sagittarius. I think this is a little bit deeper. Oh goodness, the Sag's gonna be the one. So Neptune, your fantasies, yearnings, longings, and potential for illusion. What I'm getting is daydreaming. Okay, that's what I'm getting with you. And for some reason, I'm feeling Sag like you're about to manifest some stuff that you've been daydreaming about. Um, let me not jump too far ahead. Let's get the rest of this message out. But that's the way I feel, like strongly, with that Neptune. Um, Giving you something you can feel in vogue. I feel like the divine is gonna give you some like fantasy that you dreamt up. Okay, we're not gonna stay too long on that. Let me go ahead and get the rest of this information. That's for some Sagittarius out there. Okay. All right, Spirit. What is it that the Sagittarius need to know for the month of May, please? What is it? Oh, well. What is it that Sagittarius need to know for the month of May, please? Okay. Let's see. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. All right. Oh, Seven of Swords. He had to show up in the Sagittarius message, okay? But that's what I'm saying. I feel like something's sneaking up on you. Let me clarify. These bottom of the decks, I feel like I'm gonna jump too far. Like they have a message all by themselves. That's what I feel like. Okay, Sagittarius, and what I'm getting is like something's gonna sneak up on you with the Seven of Swords. Okay. I'm getting the message of like keep your eyes on the prize. Or pay attention. Justice is the one that's underneath that. Once I knocked all these cards down, okay. Okay. All right. Let me see. Let's clarify, Spirit, for the sign of Sagittarius. What is it that they need to know for the month of May? Sign of Sagittarius. What is it that they need to know for the month of May? Good. Okay. Okay. All right. Beautiful, beautiful energy, Sag. Okay. Outside of the Seven of Swords, but really with everything else that has come up, is really like, oh, you would have never thought. That's the way that Seven of Swords is giving me. I would have never thought that that was going to happen. And then that Neptune fantasy, like, what? Like, I was sitting here daydreaming about that, and then it actually came. I'm going to give you this Sagittarius. I'm going to give you this. It wasn't a daydream, but I'm going to talk about what happened to me in Holy Week. Sagittarius, I'm going to tell you. Eight of Wands came out. Okay, so Sag, I guess you're going to get the longest message maybe or whatever. We're going to get into it though. Eight of Wands came out, so something is definitely coming in. Okay, you might even be traveling. Like I said, I do have this feeling that I came out of the Scorpio message. They were traveling or wanted to. I feel like you have this sense of wanting to get away. So either way, okay? So let me talk about what, because this is like very potent, and I want to talk about what happened to me during Holy Week real quick. I'll try to make it short, but I am a magical, mystical being who also represents the Christ consciousness and a whole lot of other spirituality, okay? You put me in a box if you want to, but good luck. So since my traditional years, I'm about to get into it because my nose will not stop itching. I've always held the 3 days, so the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, leading up to Easter or the Resurrection Day, Passover, whatever y'all want to call it. I've always held those days as very sacred. I typically fast and commune with the Spirit, and I have always done that. Even when I didn't understand my traditional Christianity, I just took time and space to spend with God, okay, and everything that that includes. And we had some riffraff going on in my complex just the weekend before, and my spirit was like sick of it. It was just like, it's enough of the riffraff going on. And so I tapped into my intercession energy, where you pray and speak and declare and decree and clear out. Like, think of going to a Pentecostal church or Baptist or something where there are like hooping and hollering and all that good stuff. Okay. Once upon a time, I still am. What am I talking about? Once upon a time, it's just different now. It's different. Prayer warrior, right? I could call out and remove, and I'm definitely able to still do that. Energies that are not welcomed, okay, to say the least. Anywho, to narrow this down, in that one day I came home, and it was just really low vibrational, and it had been after the event that had occurred in the complex. And I opened up my front door, and I had been listening to gospel music, and anyways, I'm trying to speed this through so I don't like linger on this story, because I want to get to this point of what I'm feeling. This energy is coming up for you, Sagittarius. I opened up my door, and I was praying and interceding and declaring and decreeing and calling out the energies that needed to leave. And while I was doing that, while I was under, because this is like, even when I'm doing this, I'm behind the veil. And that is just a different energy where essentially the Holy Spirit takes over. And while I was doing that, I kept repeating, Archangel Michael, stand guard at the door. I just kept repeating it. Archangel Michael, stand guard at the door. All while I'm still praying and interceding. And I know it probably spooked the hell out of my neighbors, okay? I even was speaking to those who were in earshot to sit down and be still while I did what I did, because it needed to happen. And oh my God, the change, what happened, okay? So later that night, after I had, was done, I went outside to take my trash out. And when I went outside, there were 3 lined up in front of my door, police cars. And one of the officers came and said, "Did you see where the other officers went?" And I was like, "No, I didn't." I just came out here to throw out the trash, But that was Archangel Michael showing up in physical form. I was like, no way, to myself. And I know, because I practice all this stuff, and I've seen a whole lot of stuff that would shock and amaze you all. But that was like the physical manifestation of my declare and decree. That is what I'm trying to say. And it's going to come up like unsuspecting. Okay. That's what I feel for you, Sagittarius. Okay, moving on. Let's get into the rest of your message, because that subconscious energy was strong, baby. The 12th house, this area of your life that is overwhelming, you yield to a greater cause or power. Okay, I didn't read that. I need to slow down. This is the area of your life that is overwhelming. You yield to a greater cause or power. The 12th house. See what I'm talking about? I yielded. I was like, you know what? This is bigger than me. Divine, come up over here and clean house. Let's get this straightened out. I'm sick of it. Help a girl, send your archangels, the biggest and the baddest. Okay, this is the energy that I'm feeling for you, Sagittarius, for the month of May. As a priestess, I do tend to experience, I've learned, okay, that I tend to experience things in advance. So I am a Sagittarius, and I feel like I may have already had that experience for the collective, so that I could speak to what was going to come out for you in the month of May. So remember, whatever faith you come from. There is always what I want to say an instruction manual, okay, on how to call 1-800-God, okay? That's the best way I can say it. Call 1-800-God, okay? Yep, 3 digits. All right, the first house in the center, what people see and the impression you give, okay? I think I can definitely resonate with this a little bit. I guess I just got a lot of examples for you guys. I am like in this place of coming into my femininity and embracing my beauty and presenting myself in such a way. I'm a little bit like growing up, I was a tomboy and like getting all dressed up and dolled up is just, it's not me, okay? But at least not on a daily basis. If I have something to do, somewhere to be, whatever, I'm gonna look good. But I feel like Sagittarius, you may be focused a little bit. You see how she's looking in the mirror on your reflection, if you will, what you're reflecting out into the world. That's what I'm getting here, okay? You might even find yourself looking in the mirror often, okay? We are going into the retrograde energy beginning on the 10th of May, so you very well may be reflecting on life, okay? Very interesting. The third house, your potential to learn something in your local neighborhood. This is so funny because it's like all of this stuff that happened during Holy Week, okay? That was like, what, 2 weeks ago? So I do feel like, this card always gives me like community watch, block watch, something for the collective. Like you are learning something that you're going to be able to lend to the collective. That's what the third house energy always gives me. Okay, it's a bit of studying. A bit of understanding and getting to know thyself. So I feel like Sagittarius is for the month of May going to kind of escape into a place of self, into a place of reflection, which oftentimes, at least for me, takes me into like reading books and learning something new. Sagittarius's mind requires mental stimulation and growth, and so I feel like that's where you're going to be, what you're going to be doing in the month of May with the way this overall energy came out. Okay. All right. You're also going to be getting some good news. Wheel of Fortune and the King of Wands. Okay. Something, I feel like you may have done some work or are doing some work, or some work needs to be done, because the King of Wands is about that action, okay? It's about a plan. And I feel like the plan is in motion with the Wheel of Fortune, okay? And I feel like the wheel is turning in your favor, okay? So that's great. Look at this. The 10 of Wands and the 2 of Cups. For some of you Sagittariuses who have been single for a while, I feel like that's coming to an end with this 10 of Wands, okay? I feel like for many of you, you've been single for 10 years, okay? I feel like 10 years for me, but for some of you. For others of you who are in a connection or any type of partnership, the birds are going wild back there, so I apologize for their loud chirps. But anywho, any type of connection that you're in where there's a partnership, I feel like anything that's been hard or felt like a burden, I feel like there's going to be this growth. You see, I love this 10 of Wands because it has brought life out of a dead situation. That's what's happening with this 2 of Cups, okay? Life is coming out of a dead situation. Lazarus will rise, okay? That's what I feel for you, Sagittarius. Good. Look, strength and the Knight of Wands, okay? This is about picking yourself back up. Okay, so whatever's been going on, Sag, this is about picking yourself back up. Okay, but it's also about learning how, like, for some of you, okay, this might be, put the shoe in the foot that it fits. It could be the external energy, because what I feel like also is, the Knight of Wands. I don't want to be a player no more with this strength. That's what I feel like. I feel like someone is having to, I don't want to say restrain themselves from being a player, but they're growing out of that energy. So it's, How do you say that? Right, like in this one, she's caressing this alligator lion thing, right? Some of the most ferocious beasts that we have on earth. And, you know, when you're Knight of Wands, you can be pretty ferocious out there, okay? And I feel like that's being tamed, okay? Yeah. I don't know if it's you, Sag, or the person that you're connected to, but I feel like that energy to be out there, I feel like somebody wants to settle down. That's the energy that I get. Okay, period. Somebody wants to settle down. And I feel like that's going to come unexpected to you. And I do feel like there's going to be a bit of disbelief with that Neptune energy. Like, really, you want to settle down? Like, you've been out there doing you all this time and you promised, you said you was never going to settle down. And now you want to settle down? There's a sense of disbelief that's coming in. But they are ready, though. 10 of Wands and this 2 of Cups. Okay? Interesting. Interesting turn that took. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. All right. Let me get this journey of love for you. All right. For the sign of Sagittarius, what is it that they need to know for the month of May, please? For the sign of Sagittarius. So it's either you or them, but somebody want to settle down. There's a growth happening here. Okay. There's a plan that is now going to be like turning in your favor. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. For the sign of Sagittarius, what is it that they need to know for the month of May, please? That's like, I don't know, 6 cards or so. That's too many spirits. Okay. The sign of Sagittarius, what is it that they need to know? Thank you. Yin Yang Lover. Yeah, here comes your opposite that attracts. Here comes your divine masculine to your divine feminine to your divine masculine. Your counterpart is coming in here balanced. Okay, and or you, okay? Internally, okay, those energies balancing. Good. Okay. Who got that? Somebody else got that. I forget who. Let me see. Yin Yang Lover. This oracle has a message for you. No matter whether you seem to be heading closer to your goal or further away, you are making real spiritual progress. And what you want is the same thing that is wanting you. What you are seeking is seeking you. It's only a matter of time before you get it. That's what I'm getting, though. That's what I'm getting. Like, whatever it is, but we'll put it in a romance perspective here. What you want you. Just as bad as you want them, they want you. They want you so bad, or you want them so bad, you are willing to put away your player days. Okay? That's the way it feels. Good. Okay. All right, Sag. Let's get a romance angel for the sign of Sagittarius. What is it that they need to know for the month of May, please? For the sign of Sagittarius. What is it that they need to know for the month of May? Sign of Sagittarius. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. I love it. This reminds me of a little something that I had the other day. I'm not going to get into that. It's personal another time. Not today. Trust is at the bottom. But I did have something come up really good, really beautiful. And I took it to a friend of mine, a confidant of mine, someone I have a lot of respect for, who gives me good guidance, and her, and so it's just really good. And that's what you need, a good friend, okay? When all of this is going on, when you are looking at yourself in the mirror, trying to figure yourself out, where you're going, learning something new about yourself potentially, all of that, okay? Coming into a place or space possibly with somebody who is ready to settle down. You can talk to your friends about it. You might not be able to talk to all of your friends about it, but there's a friend that's going to be there that can help you. Okay? So I like that. I like that. Ask for and accept. That's the key. Accept it. It used to drive me crazy even when I was younger. That's like, I'm not even surprised really at all, for many reasons why that I do this. But when I was younger, my goodness, my phone, I don't even know. Like back then, I don't think we had cell phones like that, because if we did, my battery would have been dead all the time. People used to call me for advice all the time, and I'm pretty wise. Even back then, I was pretty wise, and then they wouldn't listen. And that's fine, because it's free will, right? You don't always have to listen to your friends. But in this particular case, Sagittarius, just listen, okay? The one that you go to has good guidance. And this is why you don't want to go telling everybody, okay? Remember that, when you share things that are going on, a lot of times they can have a simple thought. They don't even say what they're thinking, and that can influence and change the trajectory of the path of whatever it was that you went to go ask them about. So just be mindful of the friends that you're sharing with, right? Don't go looking for all the yes men, but also don't seek out the naysayers, if that makes sense. Find a balance in there, okay? All right, that is your message. Love and light.